Hey ladies, this is Mocha Mommy here, and thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. I'm so grateful for all the support that you guys have given this channel. I'm so grateful for all of your likes, for your shares, for your subscribes. Thank you so much. Thank you to the other content creators who've helped promote this platform, like Uppity Unicorn, A Lifestyle by Danielle, Lady J Daydream, Sam Reed Bliss, Call Me Coco, Cha On Demand, and so many others, like The Honest Truth and Ion Mizra, who have just been so instrumental in helping this platform grow, facilitating conversations, and driving in subscribers. Ladies, Mocha Mommy channel is going to grow and evolve, just as you guys have helped me grow and evolve. When it comes to my demographics, there's something I've noticed that many of you who are subscribed are between the ages of 18 to 24. Some of you guys even younger. Those of you who direct message me on Ion Mizra's private Discord, those of you who send emails are about the same age as my children. But I've also noticed that the majority of the women who are subscribed, watch regularly, and comment are 25 to 42. You guys are in your late 20s, mid to late 20s to early 40s. And I'm going to tell you something. You guys are the aunties of the channel. I kind of give the maternal advice from the perspective of a mother of 2 young adult children, but you guys are the cool aunties who bridge the gap between the young women and their emerging womanhood and how they're going to navigate the world. And me as a mother, sometimes not always having a clear view of their perspective, and especially as young adults. So I want to thank you, aunties, in the comment section for just all of your input, your book suggestions, your movie choices, the scriptures you add, the other channels that you guys are suggesting to the young women that they subscribe to so they can clean out their algorithm, because you guys really are the bridge between the Gen Xers like myself and the Gen Zers like my daughters and some of the women who are young women who are subscribing to this channel. What I hope to do in the future is to facilitate those conversations so that we can better help the younger generation maybe avoid some of those same mistakes, to come up better and to think better and to move more objectively and confidently through the world. And also providing a safe space for us women who are older and more mature, because we know how hard it is to admit mistakes coming from our community because of how often we're judged, criticized, and crucified for those mistakes. So my hope in the future is for us to kind of have live streams and forums where we can talk to and have healthy discussions between the generations of Black women, from the Gen Xers to the millennials to the new Gen Z ladies who are coming through. Jumping on to current events, content creator Uppity Unicorn had done a very comprehensive and really great job of covering the Monique issue with the bonnets, how in some cases the people are defending the bonnets, and then some cases people are being dragged for the bonnets. I wish that I had the opportunity to participate in her panel, but I was otherwise engaged. But this is what I'll say. Speaking to some of the Gen Z girl athletes, my daughter's teammates, their thought process was, there definitely is a double standard. Marcus Stroman, pitcher for the New York Mets, was issued a formal apology because one of the announcers who was employed with the Arizona Diamondbacks organization had made fun of his do-rag. That announcer was then suspended and issued Stroman a formal apology. This is in the same week that Monique is criticizing Black women for their bonnets. Not to mention the men of the NBA. As my oldest daughter affectionately calls them, men who are guilty on all charges against crimes against humanity, leave-in conditioner, and Denman brushes. These men have some of the worst hair, the worst hair, but yet no one says anything. But if a Black woman's edges aren't laid, she's dragged for filth. So young women definitely see the hypocrisy of this issue. Now, Black women, we do have a very strong sense of justice. I will never, ever debate that. But what's fair and what reality is sometimes two very different things. The halo effect is very real. As you find yourself, as you take a lot more pride in your appearance and put more effort into it, you're going to reciprocate. That effort's going to be reciprocated in a lot of cases. And let me tell you something, Black women, it's not just us that's slipping with our appearance. So if you guys are trying to go out there and compete on a global scale, you will definitely have an advantage over a lot of women, simply because with this quarantine, a lot of people have gotten lazy. Loungewear is the number one selling item still, and people still have not gotten back into getting buying cosmetics, hair products, and any kind of beauty regimes. They haven't gotten back into that since the levels of since pre-quarantine levels. So guys, this is really an opportunity for you guys to use that halo effect to your advantage, because so many people are slipping. To the issue of Godfrey. Ladies, I am not going to make excuses for bad behavior, but there's something that we need to recognize, and that is the phenomenon of the midlife crisis. Unfortunately, a lot of Black men do not have good quality conversations about aging. The only Black man who I know who really discusses aging on like a regular basis is probably Frank Thomas in the 30-second Nugenics commercials. And Godfrey is 51. You have to realize that a lot of Black comedians in their 50s have accomplished a lot. We think about Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, Martin Lawrence. A lot of these guys have had Chris Rock. A lot of these guys have had sitcoms, syndicated television shows. They've had major movie deals. And here he is at 51 with none of that. And also these guys have had families, and he also doesn't have that. So I can definitely imagine that all of the areas, you're just not hitting it on those levels. You're at the age of 51. And then the very place where you actually have currency, which is Black women, that's also declining. Not just because of quote unquote swirlers, but just because that Black women are making choices to be decidedly single. Okay? It must feel like trash for a successful, accomplished, beautiful, classy, intelligent Black woman to kind of choose her girls' trips and her little dog in her purse over partnering with you. So that's a lot of rejection, and that's a lot that he's dealing with. And I think that explains a lot of his poor behavior. We really need to start getting used to the fact that there are a lot of angry, unaccomplished, bitter men who are in the throes of a midlife crisis. And then they tend to direct that anger and frustration at you. So recognize this for what it actually is. It's not about it might not always be about what you think. I'm going to give you ladies a warning. These guys who make it a point to bash you for profit are going to start coming and visiting to women-centered platforms under the guise of unity, care, and concern for your self-esteem, but yet never really acknowledge Black men's role in how Black women have suffered, and not really addressing their part and how they were complicit in Black women's low self-esteem. They're also going to be very sensitive. Godfrey got really sensitive over a sign. Can you imagine the backlash when they see The Little Mermaid? Now, Disney's next big thing back in 2012 recognized Halle Bailey's talent. I totally do not blame her parents for not letting her be a Disney kid and go down the paths of the Bridget Medlers, Miley Cyrus, Selena Gomez, and Demi Lovato's. I don't blame her parents for that. they waited till she was almost an adult for her to be on Grownish, one of Disney's subsidiary channels of Freeform. And also when Lin-Manuel Miranda was tapped to do a 3-movie deal, Mary Poppins, Moana, and now Little Mermaid, he recognized her talent as well. Watch the video. I'm going to leave the clip in the description box of Cool People. Right around the 54-second mark, you're going to see why this girl is Ariel. And it is just another example of how little they value Black women, our talents, our gifts, our beauty. And maybe it might be time for us to accept the recognition of others. Also, there's probably going to be even more backlash when they make the live action version of 101 Dalmatians. If you guys saw the movie Cruella, by far the best movie of 2021, hands down, we pretty much saw who the owners of, they kind of had some foreshadowing about who the owners of Perdita and Pongo are going to be, who Anita and Roger are actually going to be cast as in the next upcoming film. So guys, just be on your P's and Q's, be on the lookout about some of these serpents. About some of these serpents who may not always have your best interest at heart, but are actually trying to change up their tactics when it comes to the attacks on your self-esteem. Does that mean that I'm like this pro-swirling advocate because I'm interracially married? No, but I do want you to be on the lookout and make sure that you're protecting your self-esteem and not getting drawn back into these argumentative conversations that only are meant to devalue, demean, stress you out, and make you angry. Again, I just want to thank you guys so much for your support of this channel, and there'll be more to come. This is Mocha Mommy, and I'll see you in the next video.